Hello, welcome to Windows Forensics lecture for our digital forensics course. Previously, we have introduced data forensics, we have introduced tools, we mentioned file systems, we explained how to collect evidence, we also mentioned how you can leave respond to leave events, and also we mentioned the computer networks in a short. Now in this lecture, we will try to show you how you can do Windows forensics. The reason why we choose Windows forensics is it is one of the most common operating systems used by end users, so it should be useful to collect, compile, extract evidence from Windows machines. First, we need to mention the aim of the Windows forensics. The aim or the scenario that you can use while using the information you have learned from this lecture is you are trying to uh, extract information from a captured desktop or laptop computer. This is the main idea. Therefore, we already assume that you have collect the evidence, you have get the disk image from the captured computer, and also you have some kind of leave access to the computer you can use. This could be either through running the image on a virtual machine, or you may want to check the captured computer leave if you already secured the images and everything is under control by the legal authorities. One of the first things I would like to mention here will be the continuation of the previous lecture. First thing I would like to offer to check if some kind of interesting process is running in the beginning. When you start the computer for the first time, there may be some processes, some application might be running, and it may interfere with your forensics examination. So it is better to check if there exists an application that may affect the outcome of the examination. Where you can find this is actually the rest of the lecture will be mostly based on the Windows registry settings. So we will check the Windows registry for collecting information. Here where you can see these shortcuts, these acronyms. This is stand for local machine, and this is stand for current user. And if you will be able to generate, if you will be able to boot the computer with the same user, you may want to check if these settings exist for the current user, and also you can also check the global setting in the local machines in the local machine registry directory. Then we will browse to software and Microsoft and then Windows, and under the current version directory you can check run or run once or run once X. These are the applications that will be run even before any user has logged into this computer. So you may collect relevant, valuable information from the source. The next thing to do in an investigation is checking the time zone and the computer name, because the time zone and computer name first may give you relevant and valuable information, and the second thing, everything written in the registry is most of the time written in UTC, the universal in the universal time format. So to convert this UTC value into a usable, understandable value, you need to use some tool together with the time zone information. Imagine you capture the computer in New York with the New York time zone setting, but you are investigating it in London, then there will be more or less 5 hours of difference based on the season, and this may actually affect the outcome. If you would like to really be in line in the real world, it is better to learn the time zone and report everything in the effective time zone settings. The next part includes the mounted devices, portable devices, and USB devices. Most of the time in an investigation, you would like to learn what devices are used together with that computer. If some specific USB has been mounted to the computer, and so on. To check this, it is better to browse through HKLM, System Current Control Set, enum, and under this, you will see USB and USB store entries. These entries include some information from the USB driver. So if you are lucky, you can receive a globally unique serial ID of any USB thumb drive. So it will be sure that you can ensure that this USB drive has been used on that computer. And also you can see some brand information and software versions and so on. So even if you cannot receive the serial identifier, you may actually try to have a less number of USB devices. You can just decrease the possibilities. If you have managed to receive the USB serial number information, the globally unique serial number information, then you can also check this together with current user settings, and then you can try to understand if one of the specific users are actually using that USB thumb drive or not. These info are hidden or included, let's say, in the HKLM System Current Control Set, enum, HKLM Software, Microsoft Windows Portable Devices, and HKLM System Mounted Devices settings. The System Mounted Devices settings actually have a list of all mounted devices. Network devices are included here. So you can actually have lots of information from that registry entries. Now I would like to go to the current user settings that are specific to one of the users in the computer, not specific to the system. First, you can again check the current version, current user software, Microsoft Windows current version, and then the run once X register parts. So you can see if there is a specific application is running for a specified user. A very valuable part of the registry is the Explorer part. if you browse through current user software, Microsoft, Windows, current version, and Explorer, this key includes most recently used folders, recently used documents, and paths that are typed. You may remember these when you use Windows computer. If you go through a Windows folder, if you just enter some path to use in the Windows Explorer, these are remembered to be useful in your next usage. Also, if you access one of the docs, say a Microsoft Word file, these are remembered. And also the most recently used folders, these are remembered. The current version Explorer key and its subkeys include a whole lot of information about these historically stored data for the current user. So you may reason that, for example, if you realize that the user browsed through z/backup, you can ensure that there was some kind of that there was a mounted device to with drive letter Z, and there was some backup folder, and this folder has been used recently by the user. So if you also could find a specific USB in your previous investigation, and the USB stick, USB thumb drive also includes a backup folder, you may reason that the user recently accessed this backup folder on that thumb drive, and it could be valuable for the investigation. One interesting part is the shell banks part. Maybe you may notice, you might be notice this. If you use a folder, and if you move that folder around from right to left, or if you maximize it or minimize it, this is also remembered by the operating system, and if you reopen that folder again, it will appear in the same location. These location information and the names of the folders, including again the network folders, are stored as shellbacks. These are called shellbacks, and these shellbacks and the recently used shellbacks, information about recently used shellbacks, are included in current user software, Microsoft, Windows, shell, and the directory below that registry key. This could be very valuable because you can also reason about if a specific user actually accessed one of the network folders, if the user actually browsed to that folder, try to save or write from that folder, you may extract valuable information from that. And one more place that you can find such information is the last entry here, the current user software classes username, application data, local Microsoft Windows. This registry key and the data below this registry key includes again shellbacks, and these shellbacks are the shellbacks that a specific application is using. It is not actually used by the operating system itself, but some applications that doesn't actually have access to the registry, that they don't have permission to change the registry, they store such information under this registry key. So you can also collect valuable information from that registry entry. The current Windows forensics part is over. You can check the details of each registry key, and you can browse through on your working system, or you can try to search for tools that you can extract registry from some hard disk image, and then you can also search the registry through images with additional tools, and these are widely available if you search the internet. In the next lecture, we will focus on Windows forensics with a focus on, especially on the networks part. Goodbye for now. See you in the next lecture.